Larry Goins, and welcome back live and in person in Lake Wiley, South Carolina. And I'm really excited to bring on special guest, good friend, right here in the office every day, working with us. He's a national author. He's a speaker. He's a trainer. He's a motivator. He motivates the people in this office. He keeps us on the edge of our seat. He always helps us to get to the next level. Everybody needs a Nathan Amaral. What's up, buddy?
What's up, Larry? How are you?
Man, I am doing great. Thanks a lot for being on.
Yeah, thanks for having me on your show.
I appreciate you. And
this is quite a setup. I love it.
It's pretty cool.
It's great.
And just to start out with, Nathan is also a new dad.
Oh yeah. I figured I'd start that part of my life, getting married, having children. It's a good time.
That's good, man. That's a good order too.
It is, yeah.
That's awesome. So Nathan is our resident motivator. He's a personal development trainer, personal development and motivating author, speaker, trainer, travels around the country, around the world, teaching people how to not only have their vision, but how to fulfill that vision. So Nathan, what are you going to talk to us about today?
Today I'm going to talk about blinders, having blinders, like a horse in a race. And just exactly like if you put your hands up over your eye on the sides of your eyes, it's just being completely focused. And actually after the training today, you can actually get this GOV, this gift of value. It's a download, and it has what we're talking about, and it's my gift to you. Where there's a lot of opportunities in the world. There's a lot of different ways you can make money, whether it's short term or long term, and whether it's flipping houses or holding for long term cash flow, network marketing, Forex. There's a lot of different ways you can make money. But the reality is, if you try to make money in all the different areas, you're not going to be successful. Just like I say in real estate investing, I look at real estate investing, the industry, like an umbrella. And every rod that holds up that umbrella is an avenue of real estate. It's a strategy of real estate. However, you can't do each and every single one at the same time. You have to be focused on one at a time, and then you can move to others if you choose. And would you agree with that, Larry?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you start in all many different directions, and just a personal story about when I got started in real estate investing about 10 years ago, I was learning all kinds of stuff about real estate, and I didn't have complete focus and clarity. And it wasn't until I hunkered down, I got with a coach, I got serious and focused on one strategy alone. And that's when things started happening. That's when money started coming in, deals started closing. So,
Did you really just say hunkered down?
Did I say hunker down? I probably did.
He's from Boston. He's not even from South Carolina.
It's rubbing off. It's rubbing off. That's what it is.
That's awesome.
It's rubbing it off.
I'm sitting here thinking about when you were talking about when you first got into real estate investing, and now you're doing seller finance deals.
Yeah.
You do hard money loans.
Yeah.
You've created a lot of passive income for yourself as well. But when you said that just threw me off.
Well, it's very true, because when I got started in real estate, I actually bought training and education that taught me like 8 different avenues, from lease options and quick flips and rehabbing. And I tried to do all of them at the same time, but it wasn't until I just focused on that one strategy, the quick flip strategy at that time. As soon as I became successful with that and I put on those blinders, that's when things started happening. And then after built up a nest egg, had a little bit more financial freedom, that's when I said, oh, you know what? Let me try this. Let me try some hard money lending. Let me try some now seller financing. Let me try some other avenues, apartments and whatnot. But without it, you're lost.
Right.
And I think that's probably one of the biggest struggles that a lot of investors, not even just startup investors, not just beginners, but also sometimes even investors that have been in the game for a long time. And I want to give you a strategy that really works. That's worked for me, but it's worked for a lot of people that I've shared it with. And it basically comes down to a visual aid. Today with technology, we use our cell phones for almost everything in our life. And when it comes down to knowing what direction and where you're going and staying focused, the things that you tap on, I call it the tap strategy, is the things that you tap on your phone are going to direct you down a path that's going to consume your time, it's going to consume your energy, and it's going to consume your focus. So just keep in mind of what are you tapping on? That's the question I have for you is, what are you tapping on a daily basis? Here's a strategy that I use every morning. I use an app called Wunderlist. It's a really powerful app. And I tap on that app every day to analyze my goals. I look at the goals, I see what's happening. I highly recommend it. When you tap on something on your phone every day that's going to reiterate or get you refocused on your goals, it's going to keep you focused. Now, one of the most popular apps, Facebook, you have to actually analyze how much time do you spend on social media, being whether you're tapping your Facebook or your Twitter app. Just keep in mind, are your goals listed there? Is your focus on there? Are you getting the value out of those apps, those taps, to generate your goals and dreams? I mean, that's why you're doing this real estate game in the first place, isn't it? It is. So I want to also give you a few different strategies that it's going to help you stay focused. These may seem kind of like counterintuitive or just kind of like, why would you use these to get focused? But I have 5 that I want to share with you real quick. One of them is each week, take one day completely off. I know, I mean, Larry, it's Sunday, right? I mean, but have you ever, Larry, wasn't there a time in your life where you actually like worked 7 days a week?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I still do, to some extent, do a little bit. Maybe it's some writing or something.
Yeah.
7 days a week.
Yeah.
And that's really, really a good point. I remember reading something one time that sometimes the best thing you can do that day is not to even look at a clock. I think it actually said not to wear a watch, but I don't wear a watch normally during the day.
Yeah, my watch is broken.
But I mean, this has a watch,
Yeah.
or a clock.
So,
sometimes the best thing you can do is not look at a clock for a day.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's like step number 1. Tip number 1 is just take a day completely off. No computers. If it's Sunday for you, if it's Saturday, whatever day that may be, recently it was rules. Create some rules for yourself. Don't do this. Don't do that. Whatever it is, create your own set of rules. So do not do. Yeah, do not do. Do not do this. Do not do that. But no phone, no email. And this actually this ties into the second one. The second tip I want to give you is a family fun day. Make sure that you're spending time with your family. And if you're single, friends, family members, your immediate family, whoever it may be, spend time with them, invest that time not only into yourself. Actually, when you spend time with your family, you're investing it into your family, but also into yourself that way as well. But take that time and spend with them, those people who know you best, those people that you like, trust, and love. Tip number 3 is ask more out of your life. Ask more. Write some things down that you can actually extend in your life, that you can get more out of. And tip number 4 is be consistent. Be consistent with your lists. Be consistent with not deviating. If you're setting up a plan and you're trying to set up these blinders in your life, or you're going to take that day off, or you're going to spend that day with your family, be consistent with it. Add a reminder in your phone. Add a reminder so that it automatically reminds you, like, okay, this time it's, everything shuts down. I remember my dad growing up every morning, and we come from a Portuguese family, every night at 5 o'clock, I always know my dad was coming home. I always knew. And if we were not downstairs when that door opened, we would get in trouble, right? So we hear the truck rolling in, and and as soon as my dad came in, we knew we had to be downstairs at that dinner table. And actually, that just meant a lot, and it meant a lot for our family that, 1, we had dinner together, but 2, it meant consistency. And I think that's really powerful, is that when you set up those consistent moments, it makes it predictable, but it also creates a comfortable environment, and it puts yourself at ease. In a high stress world, in a high digital and technology world, you can be distracted in so many ways. But if you have something that you're consistent with, it creates that sense of ease. And lastly, number 5, find one thing that makes your day better. Find just one thing. Write it down, actually. Find one thing that's really just going to say, this is, even if you have to treat yourself. Maybe it's you're doing something you never did. Maybe it's you're going for a walk down by the lake or something, whatever it is for you. But just find one thing that you can do to make your day better. And that will really just kind of refocus you, bring your mind to a level of not only detaching from the busyness of the world and of your life, but it just brings back a focus to what you're trying to get done and the goals you're trying to achieve.
So I have a question for you, Nathan. What is the one thing for you that makes your day better that you do every day?
On a business or family? Or just anyone?
Yeah, just like number 5. Find
Yeah.
one thing that you do.
Okay.
One thing you do every. I know what it is for me.
Yeah. I would say the one thing for me is that wow, that's a great question.
I threw you off.
Because
You got several.
You know what it is? Because I do have to make sure that every day I do something like it's like a de-stressor. So I would say, it's something that I know I can just totally relax. I would say it's probably eat ice cream.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Wow.
probably eat ice cream. It's like a treat. So yesterday, took my wife and my baby. We went for ice cream. But it's like our thing. It's like we like to try different ice creams. It's just something that it just makes the day better. It's
That's
like,
awesome.
it's just different. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's good.
Yeah.
The one thing I like to do every day is listen to loud rock and roll.
There you go.
I do.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And it's usually in my car.
Yeah.
I'll listen to some Van Halen or ZZ Top or
Nice.
something like that. Just loud rock and roll.
Yeah.
When my wife gets in the car and I turn on the ignition, it's like, whoa, can you turn that down?
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
That's probably why I have a hard time hearing now, according to my wife.
Same here. I can think of those times.
Another thing I like to do is I play the guitar every day. Every day I play 1 or 2 songs on the guitar. And that's about it.
Yeah.
So, Nathan, this is some really, really good stuff.
Well, like you said, with playing guitar every day, you're consistent. You do it every day. And that. Okay.
It's a 69 Strat. Okay.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds good.
69 finger Stratocaster.
Oh, all right.
And I've owned this since the 70s.
Wow.
I love that guitar.
That's a long time ago.
That is a long time ago. That's before you were born. My guitar's older than you are.
That's right.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, Nathan, this is some really, really good stuff.
Yeah.
What if you had to leave somebody with something? What would you leave them with to help them from right here, right now, from this day forward, that they could do to help implement this? Because you've given them some really good tools. But hey, guys, when this is over, you're going to go back to work or go back to whatever you were doing. What can you share with them to help them implement this?
Sure. Well, I'd say the first thing to do is take this document, print it out, put it in a place you can see it. And after you do that is in your phone, make appointments for these items. These 5 tips, make appointments for them. Add them as if you're having a business meeting. And that will keep you on track long term. And that will keep you focused and not distracted. And be true. Be true to your commitments. So I would do that right away.
That's awesome. Nathan, I just happened to look down here and I see the bottom of this sheet. Can you explain that? That's really, it's kind of a header, but it's at the bottom.
Sure.
So I love that.
Yeah, it's a picture there at the bottom. It says, "Don't limit your challenges, challenge your limits."
Wow. Did you write that?
No, I didn't. I can't say I did.
Good.
Yeah. And that is, Jim Rohn has a good quote for that. The late Jim Rohn had a good quote for that is, actually I can't remember it right now off the top of my head, but it is something about being focused on getting better on yourself. Oh, don't ask.
I know what it is.
Go ahead, Larry. Don't ask.
Work harder on yourself than you do on your job.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's one of them. But what about the other one? It's the one where it says, "Don't wish things were easier. Wish were you better."
Wish you were better.
That's right.
Jim Rohn's got a ton of them. If you don't know who Jim Rohn is, he passed away a year or 2 ago, but he was called the father of philosophy, okay? And Jim Rohn, R-O-H-N. And he used to be my favorite trainer, but guess who is now?
Oh, boy.
The man, the legend, and the myth. So, Nathan, thank you so much